Well, this is the aftermath of filming a YouTube video. You see? Hollywood's not all it's cracked up to be, folks.
MickLaBear Games.
Hello everybody, I'm MickLaBear and welcome to the channel. In today's video we are going to kick it off old school with some recent pickups, and then I'm going to throw in a few of the little jobs that I need to do around the cave, the 4.0 My Games Room. Part of the hobby of video game collecting that I really enjoy is making those subtle little changes to the way you display your games, the way you have your console set up, little fine details around the room that can just change the room as a whole. And today I've got about 3 or 4, quite a bit of work involved, jobs that need doing, and we'll tackle that in this week's video. And then to wrap it all up, we'll finish with a little bit of gameplay. If that sounds good and you like what you hear, then subscribe to the channel, greatly appreciated. But for now, let's kick it off with my recent pickups. Take it away. I haven't actually been out and about all too much hunting this past week, but these games have come from a variety of sources. We've got a car boot pickup, some from my local CEX, Facebook Marketplace, we've got a game from Argos, one from the game collection. There was an Amazon one as well, but that hasn't arrived just yet. But yeah, let's jump into the pickups and I'll show you what I got. Kicking off with a CEX £6 purchase, and it is Mario and Yoshi for the Game Boy. Now, I am starting to collect a little bit more for the Game Boy. Loose carts, obviously. I'm not a boxed collector. And at the moment I'm having a little bit of trouble deciding how I'm going to store and display these games, because I have started going down the route. I'll just show you the comparisons of the two ways I've decided to maybe display these games. So I went down potentially the cassette route, which I think they do look pretty good. The only thing with making those is that the spine is very difficult to get the photo paper to bend that tightly, and it does end up sort of cracking the ink on those corners. So I'm thinking I'm going to go back to what was an older idea of mine, and that is to use DS boxes. Now that is not photo paper, that's a really old print of mine, just on normal paper. But that's a general sense of what these games could look like, and I think that's the way I'm going to go for. Original Game Boy artwork, I'm not going to customize it in any way. Of course that's the NTSC one, we'll get the PAL versions. And I'm thinking display in boxes like this and have them front facing somewhere, because I have a fairly small collection. I'm glad to add Mario and Yoshi to it for £6, can't argue with that. But yeah, like I say, the Game Boy boxes, that's one of those jobs I was talking about earlier that really needs addressing, because I have a big stack, well not a big stack, but I've got about 20 odd that need sorting. So yeah, I'm going to put those up there and hopefully get around to doing them, but we'll save that for a little later on. Next pickup is the car boot pickup I was talking about, and a real nostalgia feel to this one. Maybe opening up a new avenue of collecting, which I probably don't want to go down, and it is the PlayStation 2 official magazine demo disc. Now, we've all seen these in the past. I was well into PlayStation 2, and especially the magazine at the time. The reason I picked this one up is because I remember this one vividly. It's got some absolute classics on there from Konami's heyday. Pro Evolution Soccer 6, one of the best football games ever made. Silent Hill 3. I even remember the Dragon game, Aragon. I remember playing that. It was like one level, and even that was just pretty fun. You've also got Virtua Fighter 4 on here, LMA Manager 2007. There's some real nostalgic nostalgic feel to this one, really. And it's got game saves on it as well. Like, I don't quite know how you got those off the disc. It seems kind of weird, but yeah, really quite happy to pick that up. It was a rare that I see anything like this in my area, and I will not be collecting a full set of that at all. Definitely not, because they'd be a nightmare to track down. But the odd one I come across, if it's one that I remember from the past, then yeah, maybe I'll consider it, but for now I'm happy with just that one. So yeah, that was a car boot pickup. I think we'll move on to the Facebook Marketplace pickups next, and I got myself a very good deal with these. Very happy with these. These games, I got 2 games for the Xbox Series X. Both games cost me £10 each, and the one that's on sale at Game Collection is Cyberpunk 2077. This is the complete edition. Well, the Ultimate Edition, I should say. It comes with all the DLC on 3 discs. Again, it's got that beautiful yellow spine that sets it apart from the grey that is Xbox One and Series X. Cyberpunk is a game that I did get on release, and it was a mess. I traded it in for those CEX vouchers as soon as I could, but you've got to give credit to CD Projekt Red. They kept going, plugging away at it, and as far as I know, what I've been told, the game is actually pretty good and worth going back to, and this is definitely the way to do it. Like I say, £10 paid, I think that's a bargain. The same seller was also selling on the Series X Star Wars Outlaws. Now, this is a game I was kind of intrigued by when I saw the trailers. It's not had the best reception since launch, but again, for £10, is it a game that I'm going to give a go? Yeah, I'm happy to own it at £10. Now, both of those combined, £20 paid, I could make some good profit on vouchers, but I was more than happy to add them to the collection. So next, I'm going to show you the CEX purchases. I got some nice cardboard this time at CEX. Everybody loves a bit of cardboard, don't they? The first bit of PS5 cardboard I've been able to add for £8, and that was 2 Point Campus, the Enrollment Edition. You know something, it's so hard to keep up. These games all have funny names, don't they? It's never the limited edition or complete edition or ultimate edition. They've always got to have their own version of it. This is the Enrollment Edition. What I like about this is the way it's actually packed. It's not a sleeve or slip cover, it's an actual box which you have to open to get the game case out, and it also comes with a map and an enrollment book, which is actually really quite well made. But yeah, it's nice, tight, sturdy design. That'll look good on the shelf, and nice to add a bit of cardboard. Like I say, £8 paid. Apparently the 2 Point games are supposed to be kind of a little bit of fun, so never played one before. Be interesting to see how I get along with that. The Nintendo Switch, right. I bought a Nintendo Switch at launch all those many years ago. I have Nintendo to thank for that. I purchased it for Breath of the Wild. I purchased a Wii U for Breath of the Wild. They delayed it. I had to buy another console. I still never completed Breath of the Wild, by the way, but that's because I have a problem completing games. But I've made it my mission to add a few more Switch games to the collection, because I think I only had about 20. And they were games that, you know, you'd expect. You can see a few there. You have a little zoom in, you'll see. But I'm trying to add a few more, not obscure, because people who collect for the Switch will know them, but ones I don't really see too often, and that aren't sort of mainline Switch games. And I managed to find one at CEX for £10, which I thought is a great price for Switch games, and that is Clive and Wrench, which looks a bit like, you know, they've gone down the old Ratchet and Clank route, or Jak and Daxter. It looks like a 3D platformer, but what? It's £10, but just look at that artwork on the front. That is giving me massive Phoenix game vibes. This is by Numskull Games. I don't know if there's any relation there. I'm not too familiar, but for tenner, I'll give it a go, because look, I'm interested in making content for YouTube. If this game's bad, then I'll get something out of it, you know. It's not as if it's going to be bad and just toss it aside. I can make a video on how bad it is, you know, so yeah. But picking up for Switch for £10, happy with that. And sticking on that theme, I managed to pick up also another £10 Switch game. This one was from the game collection. I think it was £9.95, and that is The Pathless. As you can see, still sealed, only just arrived this morning. I remember seeing this on a Metal Jesus Rocks video. It was a hidden gem. I mean, it gets thrown about, doesn't it? But Annapurna Studios, they do put out some interesting games at very reasonable price points. So happy. I mean, we're getting some terrible glare here, aren't we? It's a rare occasion the sun's actually out here in the UK. But The Pathless on the Nintendo Switch is another one. Right, now, the next one is a Switch game also, purchased from Argos. And you know, sometimes Argos is worth a little look. They do have some good prices every now and then. This was very much an influence purchase. I'm part of the Retro Ghetto Discord, and over there they're always posting gaming deals. You can really get swept away and end up spending all your money on games and nothing else. And I was swept away in the influence of many there to purchase Beyond the Ice Palace 2 for the Nintendo Switch. I am very keen to play this game. It's got that Castlevania-esque aesthetic to it. I don't know what the gameplay's like, but I'm feeling like this is going to be the game that I give a go at the end of the video. And I have yet to see the credits roll on any game this year. I'm currently playing through Ocarina of Time. I'm trying to complete 10 games by the end of the year, which it doesn't sound a lot, I know that, but I've got a real problem with starting games and just not finishing them. It's like a terrible affliction. This is a game I actually, no matter how hard it might be, I don't know if it's hard, it might be, but even if it is, I'm determined more than ever to get to the credits of this, and that's going to be my little mission for the next, if it takes me a month, it takes me 2 months, it takes me a year, I'm going to do it. Okay, more cardboard. If that's what you want, we've got it. Some Xbox Series X cardboard, and that is The Chant.
Released in November of 2022, The Chant was developed by Brass Token and published by Prime Matter, and is best described as a horror action adventure. This one follows a group of visitors to a remote spiritual island who perform a ritual chant, and everything goes horribly wrong, accidentally opening up a portal to the nightmarish dimension called the Gloom. The goal is to survive against the terrifying creatures and cultists that spill from the Gloom as you try to piece together the strange history of the island. You must choose your battles carefully and can collect, craft and manage resources to build spiritual weapons and abilities. By all accounts, this isn't a classic, scoring 68% on Metacritic and most review scores being average to poor.
Now I have a fairly large number of horror games in my collection. They're not games I sort of don't collect, I certainly do, but I've really got to be in the mood for a horror game. And for some reason it seems almost like a wintry sort of activity. I don't know why, that's just the way I feel. So I don't know if I'll get around to playing this anytime soon, but it's a bit of Xbox cardboard, which you don't often see. It was it's the old CEX limited edition for standard price trick, and we love those, don't we? Okay, the last two pickups are both on the PS4, and I love picking up PS4 games from CEX that are usually around the £10 to £20 mark, which you don't see all too often. They're small indie-ish games, and I love picking them up because I think they're great. Nice little short games with different art styles, different experiences. Yes, please. And the first one I picked up, Road to Guangdong. We're on the road to a dong here, you know. Do I need to say any more? But this looks like a travel game with a bit of cookery thrown in, and interestingly enough, you even get some recipe cards inside the box, which I think that's a really cool little touch. The manual as well is nicely illustrated. It's a side manual. Yeah, just a really nice pickup, and a game I think that probably I will check out before the year is done. And that might be a video in of itself, just going through all of the PS4 games I have which are of a similar vein to this, because the next one is as well, and that is The Inner World, The Last Wind Monk. Now this has got, again, a nice little unique art style. From what I can gather off the back, it might be a bit of a puzzler, with a narrative puzzler. Again, I think I paid £10 for this. I think I paid £10 for this, and at that price, for a PS4 game which I'm not overly familiar with, I'm going to pick it up. So those are my pickups from the past sort of week and a half. Like I say, still had Sonic Colors, which didn't arrive. Should arrive today at some point, so I'll show you it if it does. But yeah, nice little stack of games to add to the collection. Oh guys, it's time to do some work. Well guys, I've just finished filming the pickup section of the video, and now it's time to get onto those jobs that I need to do. The room is in a mess. It looks like a bomb's hit it. Just flip you around here. As you can see, the desk, I've still got Nottingham pickups yet to be put away. There's 13 N64 games which have yet to make the wall. I'm waiting for delivery of a few more boxes. In theory, that should fill the second row down there and the top row. And at some point in the not too distant future, I'm going to add 4 more of those shelves to this side of the wall to create what will be a full N64 wall. That frame will come down, but it will actually leave me with some space up this side of the wall to maybe hang, I'm thinking something like a Master Sword, something like that. Oh, just interestingly as well, there was a little carving pickup there as well. That Bowser set me back £1. We absolutely take that. But as you can see up here, the display is in a mess. Everything's pulled down. I moved the Game Boy case a second ago. I've got notes everywhere of the content I'm going to create. There's bits and pieces for some of the some of the DIY jobs I need to do. A darts case there which I'm supposed to be selling. The bin needs emptying. The consoles need dusting. I need a good polish. I need a hoover on the floor. And then, yeah, like I say, I need to put those games away. It just seems to be a never-ending list of jobs, but those are minor cosmetics. Printing the N64 cases and sorting the Game Boy ones out is going to take some time. I do also need to change the Super Nintendo ones as well. I'll just pull you down there. As you can see, that A Link to the Past now has that grey effect. The rest are still white on the top. Well, I found white is actually yellowing. If you saw my custom covers video, you will have seen that. So I want to get all the Super Nintendo to the grey effect. So again, that's a lot of printing. It's about 20 odd games or so that needs doing there. Then I've got my whole Game Boy collection to sort. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's going to take a lot of ink, a lot of paper, a lot of time and effort putting those images together. I'm not going to get that done today. So yeah, I'm going to pick something else, maybe like the lowest hanging fruit of a job, and just get it done. So one of the jobs involves this bookcase here, which is currently storing PS2 and a little bit of GameCube at the bottom. Now, this bookcase sits just off this wall here, and unfortunately it won't go flush because of the skirting board down below. So what that means is I'm going to have to sort of prop this, well, support this up against the wall, which I have at the moment, but as you can see, that is not cutting the mustard. It's too flexible, and one screw is not enough to keep that from sort of leaning forward. Because what is happening is, if we go in a bit closer here, you're seeing that the spine for the Xbox One game here is being covered up, as is a little bit of Bullet Witch. Again, it's coming down to Dragon's Dogma. You can barely see that at all. It does get a bit better towards the bottom. But yeah, that is not ideal. I don't like looking at that, so it needs fixing. I do actually have, down here, there is some wood, as there is at the back. Whoa, there goes Perfect Dark. Yeah, the trunking, sort of the wood, there is a bit of that on the side panel there, which pushes the games out. I'm in a big mess here. This is all going to go. Yeah, because I needed more to do. You know, in a minute, I'm just going to tear it all down, rip them all down, and start from scratch. Because sometimes it feels like these games, oh, they bloody test you. They bloody test you, they do. Yeah, another one's fallen off here. Catherine, you know. So that's what the Xbox 360 section looks like right now. Anyway, back to the big problem that we have. This bookcase needs to be pushed back. Holy shit. Right, that's not good. We've now lost Big Boss, a PlayStation sign, Link has fallen down and his shield has gone goodness knows where, probably back behind there. That's going to be a nightmare to sort out. This is all going horribly wrong. I should have not come in here today. I should have stayed away. I'm making a hell of a mess trying to fix something here. But anyway, let's try and get back to what the problem is and see if we can fix it. Now, there is actually movement in this bookcase. There doesn't seem to be today, to be honest with you. But that does move. I know something, it's not actually moving back. Oh, might have to rethink this. Because I actually tested this the other day, pushing it back at the top there, and it did look a bit better with now that is not as bad as it was. I think we will go with it because once I get the screws in, it should really pull that tight to the top. The only issue is there's more problems behind. I'm not sure which one. I think, yeah, behind this section, the light switch for the room is there. When I push this back, it will push the light switch into the off position. You can see the switch down there. So once that goes back, there'll be no clearance at all. At the moment, to switch it on and off, I'm using a ruler. There you go, flick the switch on, and then flick the switch off. Not ideal, and that won't work when I push this back against the wall. So I'm going to have to cut the backboard of this panel, and hopefully you won't see it, the games will cover it, just so I can switch the light on and off when needed. Now, this job has become more pressing as I've been making an absolute mess of the room. But I suppose I should show you the other job and try not to trash the room when I'm doing it. Oh my goodness. Right, so I've managed to put everything back up on the top of the shelf for now. Until I can fix it properly, I'm not touching it. But that leads us to the next job, which I am going to do today. A nice easy one. I need to talk you through it first. As you can see, down here we have my consoles. They also go up there. And you can see here on the middle one, where my Retron 5 sits, and my PS3, I've got the nice IKEA Kallax divider. Well, I've purchased two more. One to go above the PlayStation 2 and another one on the Super Nintendo, because as you can see, there is awful cable management going on at the back of there and at the back of there, and you can really see it. Not when I'm sat down gaming there, I can see it. If you stood over at the back, you can see it. I am not getting behind there and doing any sort of cable management because I like to record my gameplay. So in this cupboard here, we have all the power supplies into a extension, which I can switch on and off. So at a moment's notice, I can put any of those systems on. And likewise, on the other side over here, behind this door, we have two Elgatos, a HD60 and a standard one. All the composites and HDMIs leading from every single console are going there. So what that means is I need some flex in those cables because I'm constantly moving them, pulling them, putting them in and out. So I need flex. I cannot cable tie them all together. But it's so unsightly, isn't it? So I have ordered from IKEA, or IKEA as they say, the wonderful Everyday. I've ordered two Kallax dividers. That's the job I'm going to do today. And yeah, I might save the other jobs for another video. Not the tidying up, but definitely that job over there not getting done, at least not today. This one, and that's it. And it's done, and I think it looks pretty good. It looks much more tidy. You can't see any of that cabling going on behind. I am really happy with that. Now, you know, if you get down to the level, of course you're going to see it because it's not got backboards on it, but generally speaking you're going to see it from this sort of angle, and I think that looks great. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. Job well done. Looks great. And I future-proof myself. If I want to add more systems, I've got two more spaces. I probably am going to do it at some point for this cube as well, with the GameCube in it. It looks a bit bare, that, so yeah, definitely there. Possibly one with the Wii U. I'd have to move the gamepad somewhere else. But yeah, I'm actually very happy. All the stuff that happened over there and that side of the room, I need Charlotte's help with that because I've got to drill holes and she'll have to hold the hoover. That's going to get done at a later date, but for now, for today, I'm happy. Job done. Yeah.
Please don't scare me.
The grill's finished now, it's okay. Okay?
Is that finished?
Yeah, don't touch it though, because it's still on. Come here. Come here.
I don't like you to scare me.
It's okay, it's finished now. I just did a hole up here. Okay? It's all done now. Okay?
Can I go on your shoulder?
No, not at the minute. I just need to put these on the wall, okay?
and then have you go. You have Mummy with a Hoover.
And that is another job done. I'm happy with how it's turned out. This bookcase to the right now is super secure. The only thing I just need to do now is cut out the square for the light switch back here, as we discussed, because you can see now, look at that, it's much tighter to that wall. Comes out at the bottom, but what can I do about the skirting board? But we've solved the problem of this Mighty number 9 was hidden way behind this part of the other bookcase. It's not now. Just need a few final touches, maybe knock that last piece of wood off there. Could probably get an extra game in. Much more Bullet Witch on display and Dragon's Dogma as we go down. Each and every game is now being displayed, it's not hidden away. So in my eyes, that's a win. Just gonna spend a bit of time tidying it up, and then I think I'm gonna settle down and play a little game. And I'm thinking Beyond the Ice Palace 2. We'll give that a go on the Switch, so let's go. So as one job ends, another one begins. I'm really happy I've managed to sort the TV unit out, looking much tidier. Just need 2 more of those dividers to really finish it off. The bookcase is secure, just a little tweak needs to be made on the top shelf. There is a bigger gap than I anticipated now, but we can fix that. That's a small job. So now it's time to move on to something else. As you can see, I've yet to put my games away. I am debating how I'm going to display games at the minute, so I'm going to have a couple of hours playing around, probably taking all the games down and starting again, and I'm just not prepared to do that in this video. As you can see, Sonic colours arrived as well in the post in good condition, which is pretty good actually, because I know a lot of people have been getting them from Amazon and they've come like crushed and not in great condition. So yeah, very happy with that one at an awesome price. So yeah, happy to add that. We'll get those away at some point. And as you can see next to those, the N64 boxes have arrived. They're all boxed now. All the loose carts are ready for artwork, but it takes a bit of time on the N64. I've got to create every design from scratch pretty much. There's a lot of graphic design involved. So for tonight's little job, I've decided to go for some lower hanging fruit and get my Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games boxed up if I can. I've decided to go for the Nintendo DS boxes instead of the cassettes. I think the cassettes look great, but the DS is just more true to how a Game Boy game would look and feel. That's not a final design, by the way. As you can see, it's got the NTSC rating on it, so I'm going to try and change all of that as well and print it on some better paper. That's just normal paper, so it's not really got that nice glossy finish that we're looking for. But as you can see on there, all the designs are ready to go. Just a case of printing now, letting them dry, cutting them out and getting them boxed up. I think I am short about 2 or 3 DS boxes, but I do have some absolute tap down there, some Peppa Pig, Pony Love, not mine, my 3-year-old daughter's, but maybe pinch the boxes off them for now and either order some more from Z Labs, which is where I get these, or head to my local CEX and see if I can find any games on the DS for like 50p, 75p, pound, whatever, for box replacements. So that's my job for tonight. Hopefully when you see me in a bit, I'll have some beautiful boxes to show you. I'm hoping to display them right up there on that shelf forward facing above the desk. We shall see.
Okie dokie. Beyond the Ice Palace 2, as you can see, got the old cable on the Pro Controller. Haven't had the switch on for a little while, so everything was just in need of charging. The controller, the console, and the game itself needed an update. Of course it did, because that's modern gaming. You can't just put a cart in anymore and be playing the game within a few minutes. Oh no, you've got to sit through updates. But thankfully, we are in Beyond the Ice Palace 2. I think it is a bit story heavy at the beginning, so I'm just going to let that play out, and next time I see you, we'll be right in at the gameplay. I'll give you a little synopsis of what's happened. Let's go. Right, so here we are, Beyond the Ice Palace 2, and I am free to enact vengeance. So I am a hero who has saved the world once before. I've been betrayed, sent to my death, but I'm back, baby. Sages have brought me back, and the world needs me again. Same old story, we've heard it many times over. So I'm neither living nor dead, come to take back my throne. Can't go that way. So it's kind of neat that we're using the chains that we were chained up into as our primary weapon. It's almost God of War like, and the chains of Olympus. Oh yeah. So much. Pick up, are they little eggs? Are they eggs? I don't know. Oh, they come back. Cheeky baggers. Cheeky baggers. The bone people. Oh, hang on. He ain't coming back now. Not after that little stomp. All the way to the top. What is in here? Just a lazy man. I know the feeling, mate. You remind me of someone stranger, but I don't remember who. Okay, thanks. Thanks for that. What are you hiding back here, mate? Oh. Right, okay. Come on. Thought that was going to be a bit harder than it was, but just a sort of little mini boss there. Is this a full power crystal that I have obtained? Or just a partial? Might be a partial. Well, we've made it to the capital. I tell you, London town's seen some better days. No, I don't like the looks of this. It's too quiet. Oh god. Big, nasty boss. There's no doubt got the key. Here we go. Now the game has started.
It's boss time. Let's go. Sit forward. The executioner. Oh god. Projectile's coming down. So I need to stay out the way then. That's it. That's it. Doing okay. Oh, he fires projectiles as well. Ah, I jumped instead of... No, get out the way. Oh, I like... Oh, slow-mo there. Got away with that. Nice. Ah, I just couldn't get away with that one. Ah, and again, a cheap hit. Ah, just pay attention. If my eyes were open and I paid attention to what's actually happening, what's coming my way. Oh no. Oh, big mistake there. Oh, no stamina to slide. Okay. Okay, the first one. Everyone gets one. Oof. I tell you what, I was just going to say I've nearly took some needless damage. I have took some needless damage. For God's sake. This is going to be one of those games that's going to drive me mental, I know it is. But this executioner, he's got to go down. He's got to go down in this video. It's the highlight of the video. I've got to do it. Prove my skills. Come on, we can do this. Just keep an eye out for what he's doing. Just watch what's happening on screen. It's a bit like Chael Sonnen. I can't let you get close.
I can't let you get close.
I've let him get close. Oh no, I stepped the wrong way. I've got no stamina. Oh no, you're taking needless damage. This is a poor effort. Really poor effort. Oh. We go again. We absolutely go again. Keep a closer eye on the stamina. Pay attention to what he's doing. And just beat him. Just beat him. Because he, to be honest, he's obviously his first boss of the game. Yeah, we like that. Nice little heavy hit. No, that's stupid. This is stupid. Right, nice. Stay out the way now. Nice. Build this rage and... Oh, that was poor. Ooh, got away with that. Nice. Now you got greedy. Here we go. Got the rage. Do some damage now. Keep going. Whip that boy. Whip that boy. Whip that boy. Whip that boy. Come on. Come on. We've done it. Yes, we did it the ratty way. We waited till we built up the rage. But come on. The first boss drops. Let's go. Oh, I'm buzzing. Absolutely made up. There's a highlight. Gameplay done. Come on. Oh, Beyond the Ice Palace 2. I'm definitely going to be playing this one, sticking with it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've been MickLaBear, this has been MickLaBear Games, and I'll hopefully see you next week. Take care of yourselves.